This is the Moshpit Backstage podcast for punk, metal, and rock interviews and segments.
Hello, this is Alan with another interview for the Moshpit on Sin. On the line, our guest is DJ Ashba, a guitarist who has played in many bands over the years. Currently, his energy is concentrated in the American hard rock band Sixx with vocalist James Michael and bassist Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue fame. Sixx have a new album called Volume 2 Prayers for the Blessed coming out November 18th as a follow-up to Prayers for the Damned Volume 1 released earlier this year. Thank you so much for joining us, DJ Ashba.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. So,
my pleasure.
How does Prayer for the Damned and Prayer for the Blessed relate to each other musically and thematically?
Well, they were written at the same time. We wrote both albums and recorded them within a 9-month period, and I designed both album covers. So cool. Basically, we wanted to do it and write it and do all the visual art in a way to where if you only seen and heard the first album, Prayers for the Damned, Volume 1, you'd be totally satisfied. It's like a good movie. It's like, great beginning, middle, and end,
Yeah.
But if you popped in the next album, Prayers for the Blessed, Volume 2, the way the last song ends and the first song starts, Barbarians, they tie together and the story continues. It's almost like part 2 of a movie. And if you put the album covers together visually, it completes a bigger picture. So it's a really neat thing for the fans to go out and definitely experience this double album thing that we did this year.
Okay, cool as. I think it's really awesome how they go together. What's it like working on these records with the other two talented members of Sixx, James Michael and Nikki Sixx, who of course is from Motley Crue?
Yeah, it's we've been best friends for 15, 20 years, and we've been a band for over 10 years. We started writing the Heroin Diaries 10 years ago, so we've been around a long, long time, and it's great. When we get into a room, we've all three came together because we're friends first and foremost, but because we're producers, songwriters, and we get together and we would write and produce other bands, and that's what we used to do all the time. And then when we get together and just write for fun, that's what Sixx sounds like. So it's been just a blessing to have these guys by my side. They're both incredibly talented, and I couldn't be more proud of the albums we've put out.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So last year Motley Crue disbanded, plus you left Guns N' Roses. So is Sixx a full-time band now?
It is a full-time thing, and that's what's so cool about this is Sixx probably in most 95% of every case would have came and gone, and it's the fan base that kept us around. They refused to swallow the fact that we never wanted to be a band, and they just never gave up on us, and they always insisted that we get out and play as a band, and pushed us to put out another album. And every time we'd put out an album, it'd shoot right up the charts, and they've just been incredible, the fan base we have. And because of them, we finally came to a point in our careers where, we all sat back and said, you know what, I think it deserves our full attention at this time.
Yeah, so it was the fans that pretty much pushed you to keep going and keep producing albums, because I read as well that originally Sixx didn't want a tour, but the fans pushed for a tour, so you guys went on tour. Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy, and it's weird, you're out there. I've played in Guns N' Roses for, almost 6 years or whatever it was, but which was a huge honor, and it was really cool, and it's something that no one can ever take away from me. It's just a very honored to be able to have experienced that. But at the same time, it's a big difference when you're on stage playing your own songs that came from your heart, and the notes you're hitting are touching your fan base, and the tears in their eyes, and they're singing the words back, came from your pencil. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's really amazing. I can't imagine what that feeling would be like, but it definitely sounds quite incredible. Will 6am tour Australia in the near future?
I hope so. I love it. I love it there. It's one of my favorite places to go, and it's just, we're hoping to finally get everywhere. I can't wait to get to Australia, to South America, to, Russia. I really want the world to hear and see 6am.
Yeah.
Because I'm so passionate about what we've done in our career, and and I can't wait. And I've always, every time I've come to Australia, it's just been, the fans there are just incredible, and it's just always been a great experience.
So going back to the beginning, how did you start your career in music?
Well, I started playing piano when I was 3.
Yeah.
You want to go back that far? No, when I moved to LA when I was, 20 years old, and I did what everybody did. I got in a band, and I'd play every bar there was and try to make a name for myself. And through a lot of hard work, I did like a 3-week tour with a band called Bullet Boys, and that's where I met Joe Lestay from Bang Tango.
Okay.
And after that tour was done, we started a band called Beautiful Creatures, and we ended up getting a record deal on Warner Brothers. And it just kept plugging away at it, and down the road I met Nikki Sixx, and he wanted me to join Brides of Destruction, which I turned down, which he won't let me forget about to this day. But many years later, we reunited and eventually started working together out at Funny Farm Studios as just songwriting, producing partners. And through that experience is we started writing what was to become the Heroin Diaries. And that just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, awesome. So you mentioned earlier that you were a part of Guns N' Roses for many years, almost 6 years. How did those 6 years impact you as a musician?
Well, I learned a lot. I learned a lot on stage and off stage. I learned a lot about, the business side of things, and just how on a very, very large scale a band operates, and it's much different when you're touring with a band and a machine like Guns N' Roses than touring, in a small little band like Beautiful Creatures. So you learn a lot, and I'm a sponge, you learn about, budget and all kinds of stuff, and you apply that, to your own thing, So, you can't buy the experience that I experienced playing stadiums every night, and although it was, not my music, it was somebody else's music, the experience was just so valuable. And now I can, I learned a lot, and I can apply it to, on and off stage in 6am.
Yeah, that's really interesting how you say that you learnt stuff that is not just to do with music, but to do with everyday life, such as budgets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was designing some of the Guns N' Roses merch. I have a media company called Ashba Media, and we designed Axl's piano, and we designed some stage stuff, and it was cool. We designed some T-shirts and a lot of the posters and flyers for different things, like So it was fun. I had a lot of fun. Both because I was in there playing guitar, but I had a lot of artistic freedom to do things and help in different ways off stage, which was kind of fun for me.
Awesome! Wow. 6am's fourth album, Prayers for the Damned, Volume 1, is out now, and its follow-up, Volume 2, Prayers for the Blessed, is out November 18th. DJ Ashba, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Moshpit Backstage podcast. You can subscribe to us on iTunes and Omni. To find out more about the show, go to www.syn.org.au/moshpit. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/moshpitonsin, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at moshpitsin. The regular Moshpit radio show broadcasts punk, rock, and metal tunes and interviews every Thursday nights on SYN 90.7 on FM and digital radios. Listeners outside of Melbourne, Australia can stream SYN 9.7 online at www.syn.org.au. Thanks to Vintage Ruin for the music.
Hi, this is Tomato from Flashgun Apocalypse.
Hi, I'm Enid from Girls Go.
I am Phoebe Pinnock from Heaven the Axe.
Hey, this is Gary Oldmead of the Misfits.
Hey, this is Kat Sproul from Horizon's Edge, and you're listening to the Moshpit on SYN FM.
Hi, this is Einar from Leopard.
Hi, I'm Virginia Lilly from the band Lily.
This is Raul from 1349.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ali from Zebrahead.
Hey, everybody, this is Charlie Benante with Anthrax, and you are listening to the Moshpit on SYN.